When I was a child, I was very, very shy. I was scared to speak to people, up to even to my early adulthood. In contrast, my grandfather, who I lived with and brought me up, was totally opposite. He was the social magnet, absolute social magnet, that he attracts people regardless the age, nationality, the language. I wanted to be like him. And I learned his secret, and he taught me how to attract people. And today, I like to share with you what I learned from my grandfather, how to attract people and overcome shyness. So I remember when he came to Dublin to visit me, he had no English, but many people came to him. And without language, he connected somehow without understanding each other's language. He was surrounded by many people in the pub or in my little party I had as well. I was absolutely amazed because I thought he would be sitting just at the corner, but he attracted many people and everybody loved him. And he was not a superstar. He was not really the most looking person in the world. He was not like an actor, but he had this allure, the atmosphere that attracts so many people. So there are 3 things that I learned from him. And he said it's really a simple secret. And he was not trying to attract people, but that happened to him. So I'm going to share with you these 3 elements, then how we can implement and why this will attract people. So number 1, not to judge ourselves. Okay. So I remember also when I was very, very shy, I was scared because I was scared at what other people think about me. Am I going to be the standard of that I should be behaving? Am I going to be saying the right things? So I was very scared of what other people think and if I'm good enough. So it was also my insecurity as well. So what my grandfather taught me is just to embrace everything who you are is okay. So to embrace, and also being, if you feel shy, that's okay. And then embrace it. And you can say, I'm not really good at talking with people and I feel shy. Accept and embrace. Once you say that, you feel more open. And that's acceptance and embracing it would also make other people feel comfortable. So then we feel more connected. So whatever you think it's not good, it is actually it might be good for others as well. So there's no good or bad, no judgment. Embracing who you are, who we are. So then it will becomes more comfortable for ourselves and to others when we encounter. So just feel calm to show any part of ourselves in personality. If you feel embarrassed or if there are parts of yourself that you feel inadequate or not good, that's okay. But you can embrace and you can also communicate that. And also, without talking, you don't have to, even about our appearance as well, and everything who we are. It is, of course, difficult to embrace, and of course, we want to make ourselves more beautiful, but then don't feel lack in ourselves, and embrace every part of our body and appreciation of who we are. That starts. The second is not to judge others. One of the great things about my grandfather, which I also respected and also still admire, is that he did not judge others to have conversation. For him, the class or the social class, or the occupations, or nationalities. It did not matter. So he treated other people equally with compassion, treated or even to have conversations. It was one of his greatest nature that I learned. He was able to see, he was able to connect with the essence of the person. It requires certain probably exercise and also to get rid of our subconscious habit, try to select and to change how we are to connect with others. And if we don't have this habit of judging, when we are surrounded by others, it's like no filters. So there is no filters for others to come to you. And of course, you can also, maybe sometimes you may need to have some kind of filter when you feel like being quiet. You may need to close the door. But then usually, if you don't have the tendency to judge others, it's easier for others to come to you. So that was the second part. And the third is the beautiful Japanese philosophy of ichigo ichie, which I talked in this channel some times ago. Ichigo, one lifetime. Ichie, one meeting. So this encounter, this moment happens only once in life. Nothing will happen exactly the same way. Even if you do the same things every day, it is different. So if we are aware of that, every single moment becomes more precious, more beautiful. And especially when we meet with somebody, especially with a stranger, we never meet this person again. But if we can engage with a beautiful conversation or even just a smile exchange of each other, it can lift our mood or it can bring some joy. So just being aware of this very moment happens once in life will also create this beautiful allure of ourselves because we shine with the joy, the light, even if we are not talking about anything. If you enjoy the moment of just listening to the music or just watching the flower, enjoying the weather, even though today it's cloudy, there is some light, and then you can just feel the warmth. And so if you are really connected to the every moment, well, life always brings some difficulties or some suffering, but always there is something that we can appreciate and we can feel joyful and just connect to that. The philosophy of ichigo ichie, because this moment will never happen. So that will also make other people feel comfortable as well. And you can unconsciously you invite others come to your circle. So when we implement these 3 steps that I mentioned, no judgment, ourselves, embracing others, and ichigo ichie, one time, one meeting philosophy, then our ki is the life force energy that everybody has. It's like the blood. Blood is visible and material. Ki, you don't see it, but it's like electromagnetic field. So this field will change or transformed like dog. And unconsciously we get attracted to the beautiful, more warm, joyful energy. So for example, if you go to the room filled with people who are angry, you immediately feel and you don't want to be there. But if you go to a room filled with people who are very happy, joyful, and peaceful, you feel like staying there. So there is also scientific some research about and how our thoughts can influence our feeling, and that actually brings the influence of our life force energy. So if we practice that, then if we keep our key life force energy filled with joy, appreciation, love, compassion, it will attract people without words and without much effort. And we can live joyfully, beautifully. And I was, in the beginning, as I mentioned, I was very, very, very shy girl. So I never, ever thought I would be able to do what I'm doing, thanks to my grandfather and what I learned from him. Thank you. ごじいじのこと思い出しちゃった。I just felt very emotional because I started thinking about my grandfather and how thankful I am. So, well, thank you for listening and thank you for watching. And if you'd like to comment below, please do. And I'd love to connect with you. And if you like to work with me, I offer one-to-one coaching sessions. So please feel free to email me at office@azumiuchitani.com. Thank you very much. Have a nice day and see you next time.